Did you know that it takes a very small investment in tools and materials to make a stained glass project like this? Well, today we're in Dallas, Texas, and we're going to show you how stained glass windows are made. You'll find a world of colors and design on the walls and layout tables at the Cattell-Rifkin Art Glass Studio. Here, stained glass art experts are not only bringing life to new ideas, they're also preserving old ideas through the restoration of antiques, like this beautiful stained glass window from a church that's nearly 100 years old. Well, David, making a stained glass project is certainly fascinating. How do you start?
Well, we go with an idea or a plan. We've taken, in this case, a picture that the customer painted, and we moved it to the pattern, and we made a pattern to fit the door that they're going to have in their home. It's made out of paper, so we laid it on a lighted source so that we can, in fact, now take this glass that we've chosen to go in the pattern and cut the area out that we need. We're going to use a carbide wheeled glass cutter to do this. Once the glass is scored, it can be easily broken. We're in the process now of...
Well, you sure make that look easy.
Well, it seems to be easy. It takes a little while to get used to actually breaking glass on purpose.
Now, the glass cutter that I have actually looks a lot like this one.
That's right. See, that's the original style glass cutter. It's been around for quite a while. It's made with a hardened steel wheel. This one has a little tougher steel in the wheel and does a little better job for us. That's it. That's how the pieces are cut.
So, David, after the glass is cut, what's the next step?
The next step is to put the glass pieces together on the pattern using lead strip or lead cane.
That's what this is, right?
That's correct.
Now, why lead?
Lead is soft, it's easy to move around and maneuver. It's also very solderable.
So the glass goes in this track here. Now, I notice here you're making a tree, and it looks like bark on the tree actually with this lead. How do you actually get this textured appearance here?
We have used an old lead mill for that.
That's what this antique-looking device is like?
That's correct. This was made early in the 1900s.
And the pattern is actually on those wheels. And it embosses it into the lead, right?
Correct.
It looks like it's pretty easy.
It is.
Now, what happens next? You're using these horseshoe-type nails?
That's correct. We hold the window together using horseshoe nails.
Now, this is a conventional nail. This is actually quite a bit different. Why?
Quite a bit different. It's much more pointed, it's much easier to work with, and it's flat, so it doesn't cause divots in the lead.
Okay, so then after you do this, how do you hold all this together?
Well, the window is then soldered.
Soldering. Now, that looks like it might take a little bit of skill.
It does.
Now, that's flux that she's putting on there?
She's applying flux now to allow the solder to work. Sort of a catalyst and cleaner. We're using a 100-watt soldering iron, and we're using solder that's made of 60% tin and 40% lead.
Now, why more tin than lead?
The tin gives it a much finer finish, and it also melts at a lower temperature.
Now, I guess how I can tell that she's got a good joint there is the fact that it's shiny?
Yes, and smooth.
So, David, after the glass is all soldered up, what's the next step?
The next step is to pack the solder in the lead with putty to protect it from the weather and to stabilize the window.
Now, I have a piece of the lead here in the glass. Now, I noticed when I put these together, there's quite a bit of space in between the lead and the glass, and this putty helps stabilize that?
That's right. The lead is made to accept glasses that have different thicknesses, so there's always a little bit of space, and that space needs to be filled with a putty or a cement.
So that helps make it stronger?
That's right. It stabilizes it, and it also protects it from the weather.
Okay, well, so what's the next step?
After the window is puttied totally, then some whitening powder, which is actually chalk, is spread over the glass to clean it up, to pick up all the oils and the fingerprints and the excess putty.
Well, this is a great old piece. How old is this?
This piece is over 90 years old, actually.
Well, you know, the amazing thing about this is I'm looking at some of this glass, and this is a 90-year-old piece of stained glass. This is a brand new piece of stained glass, and it looks the same. I guess you can really get a timeless-looking project out of stained glass.
That's right. We have some companies that produce stained glass that have been producing stained glass for over 100 years. We're very fortunate to have these kinds of colors and textures available to us for restorations.
Whether it's a classic or modern design, the possibilities with stained glass windows are endless. Whatever styles and colors you choose, stained glass can add beauty and grace to your new house.